Good morning everybody, it's Monday the 4th of July and time to go over the markets again. They're already open, not much movement going on today, it's pretty stale so far. As always, we're going to start on EURGBP, and as you can see it's pretty much just been consolidating upwards slightly over the past couple of weeks. As you can see, this little range here, we've been moving up and down. We had a big rejection from the supply zone there, a big rejection from demand, again from the supply, so we're pretty much moving upwards but at a very slow pace. So unfortunately again, there's not much to report on EURGBP. I'm still holding that position there. Once we break above this channel trend line, then I'll move my stop loss up to this swing low here and keep doing the same as the trend progresses north. So until I close that, I won't look for any new positions to send out as a setup for everybody, because I'm just going to leave that going. And as I say, I'm not checking, I'm only checking every week once I do these videos, so I'm just leaving it as it is. So with that pair covered, we'll go to GBPJPY. I sent out a setup last week for a buy at that demand zone, and as you can see, prices broke straight through it, tanked right down, and we've rejected just above the moving average. So I'm going to wait now to see what happens over this week. I'd like price to come down a bit further, possibly fill that wick. Then we could possibly get a multiple confluence trade of the trend line and the moving average to buy back up, or if it does dip a bit further below, we could get a buy in at the demand zones further down. Or if price does come back up again to the supply, we can take another sell as we did previously here, and got that, what was it, 760 pips on that trade. So unfortunately stop loss was it on that one, so not a big deal. As I said, we got a return of 9 on that one, so we could afford to take that little bit of a riskier setup. But as you can see, it does look like it could be getting trapped into a little corner price, as we've hit that supply zone 3 times now and it's failed to break, but we're also making higher lows. So I think once we move up this trend line and then we meet this downtrend of the little corner squeeze of this triangle, then we could see the next possible medium term trend direction. Yeah, so but until then I'm just going to hold any positions that we take until we get a more clearer direction, or we meet one of the bigger demand or supply zones for this pair. So with that one covered, we will move to EURAUD. And last week, I think it was a week ago now, I sent a setup from this candle that we were going to buy from this demand zone. I did take a trade. It was on the 1 hour time frame from that little candle there. As you can see, price moved straight down into the demand zone, and then we got an immediate 50% candle hammer, which is obviously is a sign, as you all know, and I took it. Actually, it was a little bit higher as I noticed it, probably a few pips up there. It was 1.51. Yeah, so I'm in that trade as of now, and we're currently up 160 pips. We did start to go into this imbalance zone here of these candles. I would like to reach the next one up here, but it's a little bit smaller. I'll just mark it out ready. There's a little bit of imbalance there to fill still. So that'll be the target. Once we fully complete this imbalance, we might get a couple of higher lows made on the way. And yeah, as I say, ultimately this supply zone at the top here would be the final target to fully TP everything. So hopefully you caught it when I set out that setup, as we did move sideways for a couple of days, but then I noticed the bearish trend action come in and we started moving into that demand zone. And as I say, I was looking at the time, so I went to the hour time frame. I was actually on the 30-minute and I noticed it all going on, so I entered the trade there, and luckily it's gone in my direction so far. So yeah, just keep holding on EURAUD at the moment. So with that pair covered, we'll move to GBPUSD. I sent out a setup to buy from this demand zone. I didn't take a trade yet because it looked like it was, as I say, we didn't get a 50% candle until yesterday, Friday, sorry, not yesterday. But I've not entered today because I just want to see what happens over the next day or two. Usually that's my signal, a 50% candle in the zone, but as I say, it closed on Friday, which was the end of play anyway, so usually I would enter today, but I'm going to wait just to see, because if we do keep crashing through, then it could possibly break lower. But yeah, if today's candle ends as a doji possibly, then I'll take the buy tomorrow, or a daily close of candle today. So if you saw that setup and you're watching this video now, just wait till the end of the day today, and if we don't break lower and close below, then I might look to take the buy trade up on GBPUSD. Yeah, so a pretty simple one. With that covered, we'll move to EURUSD, and it's pretty much similar. We're in a nice big demand zone at the bottom. You could possibly take a trade here right now. I'll go out and say, if you're looking for a trade, just get a small 1% position on at the bottom here. Put your stop loss below this demand zone slightly, probably at 1.034. And yeah, we're looking for a longer swing back up. It seems to be holding this big demand zone. It's a monthly demand zone, so it should be quite strong. We're looking for a W formation to complete. So I mean, if we were to aim for this supply zone at the top, that would be a risk towards ratio of at least 5 if you was to take that setup right now. So if you wanted to trade EURUSD, that would be my buy now. And then hold it up. If you want to take 0.5% of position just to reduce your risk, then that's fine, as obviously we're looking for a longer swing anyway, because we'd like to see some downside in the dollar. So you'll obviously get your volume of pips back to make up the less position size. So with EURUSD covered, we will go to gold, and we've kept moving downwards. As you can see, we tapped into this demand zone here at 1789 and rejected right out of it, so it's possible we could get a little upturn in price, but I think that'll only be temporary, as we're still looking pretty bearish on gold overall. It didn't come up to the supply zone, as I said, the past couple of weeks for us to sell down, so now I'm going to wait to see how far it penetrates further downwards into these deeper demand zones here to buy up. So not much change on gold, unfortunately. As I say, we're looking to buy in low now, so just keep watching the trend over the next couple of weeks on gold. So not much to report on that one. So with that covered, we'll move to Bitcoin. And I am going to take a trade soon at this level. As long as this keeps holding and it just keeps moving sideways, I'm going to get a little positioning. You can either aim for a small intraday trade at these highs here. If you, let's say you entered now and got a small stop there, you can at least get a 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 trade out of that if you just went up to this small high here at 21,000 or even 22. Now people do say that it could possibly come right back up to 28,000, 30,000 and then have another leg down. So I mean, there's no point, there's no reason why we can't trade that. So if you're into if you have a buy position here, let's pull this down and we go back up to this 28k level, that's still a 13 risk to reward ratio, depending on the stop loss what you use, but I mean it's all like 10, it's all over 10 to 1 over here, back up to 28,000. This level here, horizontal level of support that was broken here, which will probably be resistance now. So if you went back up to there from now, that's still a risk to reward ratio of 12 if we do start penetrating back down again. So as I say, trading this, it's we're looking at intraday trades, so as long as we can get good risk to reward ratios on it, there's no reason why we can't trade the pullback as long as this demand zone holds. So I'm going to keep watch over the next couple of days just to see, and then I will send a trade out on a chart as to when I enter, but it'll hopefully probably be this week if we keep holding and just moving sideways and gathering up some more support. So that's pretty much it this week, everybody. Couple of trades: EURAUD, EUROG that I'm holding now, EURGBP that I'm holding, GJ, we're waiting for price to show us the direction. You could get buys on GU and EU at this level, at those levels of the demand zones. As I say, just use a smaller position than you normally would, because obviously it's still in bearish territory, and we're buying the bottom basically. But you know, that's what happens when you trade reversals at the bottom demand zones. So you can use a smaller size position. So yeah, so that's week. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video. It's for a nice channel that I found, and it shows people, if you're interested in making money online, it goes over loads of different topics, things that you can do to make money online, surveys, job opportunities, trading, crypto, all kinds of stuff. So if I'll leave a link in the description. Go over and check it out, and like and subscribe as well. And if you've not liked and subscribed my channel, do that too. And I'll see you again next week. Cheers everyone.